Welcome to the show. Summer is drawing to a close. The election is just around the corner, and then winter, which presents many challenges, especially for those less fortunate. We are pleased to welcome Jody Ostich from REACH. Jody, what can you tell us about REACH?
Thanks for the opportunity. I'd like to share with you that REACH is a faith-based nonprofit that's been in the Washington County community for 26 years this year. And it is our mission to respond out of compassion to people in need. So we do that through a couple of opportunities. We have a cold weather shelter that I think many people in the community know us for. We're extremely fortunate for the support of the community for that. 1,600 volunteers through that shelter annually. We also run homeless prevention activities. We teach financial education classes to low and moderate income folks. And we run an open table program, which is basically a volunteer wraparound service that we use to help people become self-sufficient and self-sustaining.
Great. So one of the things that piqued my interest was you said homeless prevention programming. So what's that look like? How would you prevent that?
Yeah, a lot of people in our community are cost overburdened for their housing. They pay 30 to 50% of their income on housing. And when they have low income, that makes it really difficult to keep up with their rent and utilities. So we help provide financial support to prevent evictions or prevent utility shutoff so they can remain in their housing stable.
Awesome. Great program.
So what are some donation items that you really need right now, especially with the fall and winter coming up?
Yeah, for the shelter, I never say no to toilet paper. Like,
Okay.
I'm the girl that loves toilet paper. I tell that everywhere I go in the community. Anything that you can think of that's kind of consumable. Toilet paper, paper towels, tissues, cleaning supplies, coffee, sugar, artificial sweetener, things like that that we would consume a lot of in our shelter program. Our website has the current list, and we keep that updated when we're full on what the most needed items are.
And what's your website address?
It's www.reachofwc.org.
Awesome.
And this is probably just going to be a ballpark number. Do you know how many people you actually help each year?
Yes, through those programs I mentioned, we serve about 2,200 individuals in the community every year.
That's awesome.
Yep.
How early do you have to start programming for what organization monitors help for your clients on a daily basis?
I'm sorry, I don't understand the question.
A church may come in and help you.
Yep.
A church may help you one night, two
Yes.
nights, a certain
Yes.
time. At what point do you have to schedule that? How far in advance do you schedule
That is a
those?
year-round project, actually. The shelter is open approximately 6 months, just shy of 6 months, and it takes the other 6 months to schedule and coordinate the effort in the community. We run 22 to 23 weeks, depending on how the calendar works, and we're leveraging the help of approximately at least 50 houses of faith in the community through those weeks.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So do you have any new programming, new projects coming this fall?
We actually do. We were just recently approved for a new grant that's
Awesome.
for rapid rehousing, and we're trying to make homelessness short and non-recurring for people. So we will be using that resource within our shelter population to try to get people rehoused quickly, and we'll be able to help provide some financial support for them to do it, as well as long-term follow-up through our case management program to keep them stable for a year.
Have you ever looked into anything with the Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
We are a grant recipient.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Because I had just attended a Maryland Economic Development Association annual conference down in Cambridge, Maryland, and they were there talking about neighborhood business works and a variety of programs they
Yeah.
had going on, so it seems like a really good fit.
Yes, we are a grant recipient. They are actually going to help fund this rapid rehousing program that's
Awesome.
starting. Mhm.
Can you tell where most of your clients come from? Are they local?
They are. They are local people. I think that's one misconception that people don't understand, that by far and large, they are local.
So the REACH shelter is just a winter shelter.
Correct.
Is that correct?
Correct.
Are there any plans to try to extend that to year-round?
Not at this point. That's not in
Okay.
our strategic plan. But I should also let you know that I also serve as the chairperson for the Washington County Homeless Coalition, and there are 7 shelters in Washington County.
Okay.
So REACH is not the only game in town to help folks. We have other family shelters and single individual shelters that kind of fill out the needs of the rest of the community.
Where are these folks the other 6 months?
They could be at the other shelters. They could be with friends and family. We have a very good success rate at getting people housed. In fact, we have a 61% success rate of helping people that are case managed in our shelter get housed. So it's always a work in progress. Some of them we don't know where they end up going because we have a day-to-day shelter basically, so they're there as long as they can avail themselves of it as they need it.
How large is your REACH board?
15.
Is there openings at any time for members to apply to serve on a REACH board?
Certainly there are. Right now, we don't have an opening, but yes, we are always looking for new board members or looking for that next group of folks that want to come up and serve and have a passion for this type of work.
Now, what types of volunteers will you be needing in the next 6 months? Like specific talents or skills?
Sure. We could really use now some what we call our day resource volunteers. These are the folks that meet with people that come in with those eviction notices and things like that. These should be people that are good at documentation, asking questions, and understand community resources. If people don't understand community resources, we'll train that. We'll help people understand what's available there. So that's always a need. The shelter itself, we have 10 different job descriptions. All of that is on our website, what the jobs entail within the shelter. I really would promote hospitality. We have a volunteer position for that where people come in and literally sit down and start having a conversation with people. I think that most of us know that our minds don't become changed about issues until we personally know people that have been involved in different situations. So I believe that those that are homeless and struggling have something of value to offer us as well by ways of understanding our human condition.
How many of those folks are looking for employment?
Oh, many of them, and many of them work. Many of them work, they get up at 5 in the morning and walk to labor ready. 4 in the morning and walk to labor ready. Some of them work 2 and 3 jobs while they're in the shelter. So I'd say probably about 40% of our shelter population have a job. Others are looking for a job, and then others are low income or maybe disability.
So how many are military veterans?
254 people we served last year, 21 of those were veterans.
So I know I have a friend who runs Women's Veteran Interactive, and it's basically focused on the theory, the principle that no veteran should ever be homeless.
Yeah.
So remind me afterwards, I'll make a connection with them.
Yeah, that's wonderful. The coalition is now working on eliminating veterans' homelessness in the community, and we're going to start actively looking at that, each of our veterans that are homeless, and have a plan for that, get them housed.
So we've talked about donations, we've talked about skill sets you need. Do you actually have any employees in REACH?
Yes.
Okay. And are you looking for anyone to actually work for REACH right now? And how many of the homeless do you actually employ in REACH?
We don't employ homeless at REACH, but we do have them sit on our committees and our board.
Okay.
So we do incorporate them into the organization, the leadership, and decision making because it's important to include those you serve.
Right.
But right now, I'm not hiring.
Okay. That's a good problem to have.
So, great. That's all we have time for today. Next up, we'll discuss the Milwaukee protests. Stay tuned. We're back in 3 minutes.